Vegas at you.
Hey, what's good, everybody? Happy Thursday already. It is Thursday. I hope you're surviving this market out here. What a tough day for the stock market. However, we'll get to that in a second. You lived through that just 1 month ago, so to see this today, I want to explain a couple things. But just a reminder, tonight is Wine and Wealth. It'll be at 7:30. If you're a client of Jazz Wealth, you have the email in your inbox right now with the link to get you into Wine and Wealth. We'll see you there. We're actually going to do these quite frequently. Don't worry if you can't make it. We're thinking about once a week doing something to cover either an educational topic, nest egg, or maybe inside of your investments. We'll take a deeper look. So don't worry if you can't make it. Also, you will get a recording. For those of you that are interested, next week, next Thursday, we are going to do a live class. It's free up here at the top. Webinar.jazzwealth.com. I'm going to show you the difference that $1 can make in your retirement. Literally what difference one single dollar will make. And you'll be saying one number over and over again. I promise you, you will not forget that one. So if you get a moment, you want to join us, we're going to do it at 7 p.m. as well as 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to just do it twice. For those of you that are on the West Coast, give you some time for that. So you could choose whatever time you like. Remember, if you're a client of Jazz Wealth and you are making contributions to your account, if you want them to go to 2017 or you want to take any contributions you've made so far this year, mark them for 2017, just let me know. I'll get it done for you. Thanks a lot of you taking me up on that. We're getting it done, don't worry. So that way you can still contribute the max or get up to the max for 2018. Also, pay close attention here, okay? You ready? Pay very close attention to this one. No matter who you are watching right now, go to our channel on YouTube and click community. There is a poll. We have this new community feature, I guess, because we have so many subscribers, or somehow I don't know. They sent me an email saying try it out. I want to make this a specific area for you guys for whatever you want. So there's a poll on there that says, would you like to be able to use this area to vote on upcoming video topics so you guys can choose what I talk about? Would you rather it be that community area be a behind-the-scenes look at Jazz Wealth, just pictures, interesting tips, things that we're doing around here? Would you rather it be short financial tips? Maybe it's a couple pictures, or I make a quick video just for that section, maybe on my phone or something. Or would you like to see my personal life? I had to put 4 there. Don't pick my personal life. You pick something else. You got 3 choices, and then the 4th one's like, don't pay attention to that one. But go there if you would. Again, you go to our channel right here, click on community, and there's a quick poll. Let me know what you think. That's what we're going to use the community section for. I don't know, test it out and see how it goes. That's enough of that. Let's get over to the markets. We're going to take a look. We're going to go through a couple things today, actually, if you don't mind. So we'll take a look here to start with the overall stock market. The market was lower today by a lot, right? It was a pretty sizable move lower. If you're brand new, just joining us for the first time or just watching this for the first time, each blip that you see represents one day. And if we go back over here, this is the beginning of February. That was some scary days in there. I'll give you that. Those were some big moves. Typically something we don't see. In fact, this day right here on the 3rd, I'm sorry, it was the 5th, was the largest point drop ever for the stock market. All the major indices, that was the worst day ever in point terms that the market's ever had. So to see the markets fall like this today, not good, but obviously if you went through that, this is no big deal. The reason I say that is because typically years go by in between such large moves. So when this happened here, we hadn't seen something like that since 2010. So it's 2018 now. 8 years had gone by before people realized that the markets can move this volatile. They can be that aggressive. Now, it's really only been a month, really a little over a month since we've seen a move like this. So you guys that see this, you see the headlines and everything, you're investing for retirement. Now you know. I coached you through this one. You now know that the stock market recovers 100% of the time, every drop that it has. Now, I don't think it's going to be tomorrow that it recovers, to be honest, but it will recover from this. So now you know there's no fear. The headlines will scare you. It's going to be kind of nasty. but you get it, right? So the S&P was down 68 points today. The Dow's going to grab the headlines because I think it closed down 722. So the Dow will get the majority of the financial headlines because that's a big number. People like to focus on the drop, the one-day drop of sizes like that. So 722 on the Dow. And the NASDAQ sold off 178. The Dow, let me see. The Dow was the worst performer out of the group. So here's the thing. There's a lot going on right now. There is so much going on. We have, and the news, the media hasn't even talked about, the government shuts down tomorrow or at the end of tomorrow if they don't reach a deal, right? If none of this was going on, that's everywhere that the media would be focused. We'd be talking about them racing to come up with a spending bill and are they going to just delay by another 2 weeks or whatever. So that's what the focus would be. Because the tech stocks started selling off. Today was a bad day for tech, and I'm going to just use any ETF for that. Tech stocks fell 2.5% today. That was the majority of the story, right? Tech stocks have had a great move, and they've started pulling back. Well, add to that Mr. Donald Trump with his tariffs that we already knew he was going to do, so I don't buy that as the reason the markets fell today. We knew this weeks ago that he was going to put these sort of pressures on China. I say pressures very carefully because everyone's going to say tariffs. Oh my God, more tariffs, more tariffs. Absolutely not. They're pressures, they're negotiations, they're starting points. They are bring China to the table so we can work something out sort of conversations. In no way are they going to end the way we are starting. So I don't buy that. I think today was tech stocks selling off. As we always mention, you cannot have a market rally without the financials. This concerns me a little bit because the financials fell more than the stock market. So what that tells me here is there is some underlying concern about the overall economy. If the financials had had a down day with the stock market, no big deal. You think, okay, people are a little scared. The fact that it fell more makes you think, okay, people have a little bit more fear than the overall markets and financials, and that's a little scary because we need the financials in order for the markets to stay higher. We also need the tech stocks or semiconductors to stay higher. They had a horrible day as well. So the stock market from the very moment it opened today had no chance of recovering from today because both of these two sectors were lower, and we know that now. If you've been here, if you've joined me a little bit, you know exactly how this works. Financials and semiconductors need to be positive or there will not be a market rally. If there's anything, and I don't get nervous often because I have a long time that I'm investing for. I'm in the long game myself, but I don't like to see financials so weak. So that bugs me just a little bit right there. Add to that money moving out of some sectors and into other sectors. It's called sector rotation. So today we had things like bonds. Bonds are kind of a no-brainer, right? They did well today. People were starting to move towards bonds. So I understand some of that, but we're starting to see money come out of the metals and mining stocks. So here's metals and mining on your screen. Companies that chip away, they mine for silver, gold, copper, things like that. Money coming out of that space. Emerging markets, a little bit of money coming out of that space. And you go, uh-oh, what's going on there? Money moving into bonds. And so that's just called sector rotation. When we move from one sector to another, it's not always a sector, though we'll say it that way. Sometimes it might be a commodity or something in particular, but you see that. You also see, where else here? Into the euro, a little bit there, and some money going into gold. So it could just be money sloshing from one place to the other. It's very early to tell. I'm not going to, oh, that sucks. Let's see. I think I just lost my bet with my brother. I'm going to have to stop for a second. Let me see. All right. So MU reported earnings and down to 57. You guys might get to see me wearing Niles Crane type pajamas on the next podcast that we do because I believe I just lost our bet. If you're following along with our stock madness, let's see, Momo. Shoot. If you're following along with our stock madness, me and my brother have two stocks competing against each other. We've been doing this on our podcast. I think I might have just lost. Anyways, I don't want to bug you there. Hey, True Financials, how you doing? What's your name? I never saw your name. You got to tell me your name. Shoot, now I'm distracted. Let's go over stocks in the news today. Oh no, your retirement investments. Let me go through that real quick. I think you know how that kind of worked out today. Bonds, big focus today. Short-term, medium-term, long-term bonds did great. Your weak stocks, or your weak portion of your portfolio today is going to be tech, of course. So naturally there. Stocks in the news today. Did you know that Darden Restaurants, they are the guys that own, well, Olive Garden is one, Longhorn Steakhouse, Capitol Grill, Cheddar's, right? If you're familiar with these companies, this is the company that owns all of those. So they reported earnings today. Everything was basically good, but they said going forward, their revenue may be lower than expectations. Nobody likes to hear that, so the stock was down on the day. Also, if you want to know, this won't make the media headlines, but this is like how much research I do before this stuff. So if you like going to Olive Garden, they've been doing this thing called buy one, get one. No. Buy one, take one or something. I forget the name of it. Basically, you go to Olive Garden, you have a meal, you order something, and then before you leave, they give you another meal and send you home with that meal. Well, they're going to stop that this quarter, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't go to Olive Garden, but if you're a frequent Olive Garden fan, that won't make the news. That's one of those things that they announced in their earnings. Facebook down 2.5% on the day. I think you've seen this in the news, the headlines, Mark Zuckerberg going on CNN, writing a blog. He's playing damage control when he normally plays the stuck-up little kid that won't talk to anybody. So this was so bad, the data breach, that he's forced to go out there and start talking now. He's also said, I guess if I have to go testify in front of Congress, I will. So we'll see how that goes. He's trying his darndest to make this go away, but it is not going away. Next, we have Conagra Foods. Are you familiar with them? They make, Peter Pan peanut butter. They make that Ready Whip in the can where you press the thing and the kids shoot it up their mouth or whatever. But they make Ready Whip, Hunt's tomato, things like that. So these are the guys that make all of that. They announced earnings. Everything was cool with them as well. But just like General Mills yesterday, they said, look, inflationary pressures on our food costs, so we're a little bit concerned here. And so the stock was hit just a little bit. Also, bad day in the stock market, so kind of understood there. That's about all I have. I won't take much more of your time. Dennis, yes, I knew that. Now it's ringing a bell. Dennis. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Look, if you're around, you're one of our clients, you want to go to Wine and Wealth tonight, we're going to talk about Nest Egg. I'm going to dig in there just about 15 minutes, something really simple. Don't worry, we will record that. Go up to the top here, register for that webinar if you're interested. Also a short webinar, but we're going to talk about the difference a dollar makes when you invest it. I know you guys know the difference a dollar makes, but I'm going to tell you the exact amount that a difference a dollar makes and kind of walk you through that. Also, be sure to do that poll. Help me out and do that poll because I really want to make the community section of YouTube something interesting for you guys. So whether you do decide to choose short financial topics, behind the scenes, or vote on videos, great. If you choose my personal life and you want me to film that, we might have a little problem, but whatever. We'll see how it goes. Just vote for me. Let me know, and we will go with that. Manny is asking, will the 2 Wine and Wells be repeats? No, up here, this is a class next week. That's open to everybody that wants to register for it. It's free. There's no string attached. I'm not going to sell you anything. Just going to briefly go over what a difference a dollar makes. Wine and Wealth is tonight and only. I know you would have got the email with the button in there to join us. That one you can't register for. That's only for clients, so hope to see you there. And that's it. I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope you guys enjoy. Try to stay away from the financial news tonight. It'll only scare you, and now you know exactly what to expect. So enjoy. We'll see you tonight if you're a client. We'll see you tomorrow if not. Have a good night.